Well, aloha, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Mid States Live.
Round
With
600,
yes, that's the way we like it.
pretty much.
If you are new to this, you will notice that we do this about every week or so, where we just kind of have some fun, talk about what the heck is going on in the world of Hot Wheels and diecast in general, kind of tell you, you know, get your opinions on things and go from there.
Yes. Oops, wrong one. There we go.
Hey James, how are you? Thanks for popping in tonight. We got some things to talk about. I know there's a this big thing coming up this next week, actually, um, out in
Link.
LA.
Oh yeah, and Lincoln. We got the Lincoln Toy Show,
Yeah,
Lincoln, Nebraska Toy Show.
and
well, we
and the pop up in Ankeny is also. Shane, how are you, sir? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Um, Shane's out in the Omaha area.
yep.
Oh, let me get this
Was
popped
just
up.
was just seeing where the crowd fund for the Candy Striper is, and it's still just a running just a smidge on the short side. We have 11 days, and we're at 44.56. I don't know what it's gonna take to hit that mark, but I just don't know.
Yeah, and that's something else that I wanted to talk about tonight. I know we talked a little bit about it last week, and I think we'll talk a little bit more about it this week, just because there's been some updates on it as far as what the requirements to meet it are. Um, but I don't know if it's going to help push it over.
I don't know. It's not
I
looking like it's going to get there, which is, I mean, it is what it is. If we get there, we get there. If we don't, we don't. The only thing that will change is there will be 10,000 less candy stripers out there. So,
Yeah, James, the drop in price might affect some of that too.
I agree.
But I think Mattel set the price where they felt that it was where it would sell, but yet, you know, they're a business; they got to make money too.
hmm And they do, but, if you do some really simple math here and we just go 250, because I can't math in my head, what is that?
Two
It's a
point
lot.
five.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but you got to look at your development costs. You got to pay the people who build the car. You got to paint the painters. You got to paint the you got to paint. You got to pay the design, the card art guys. You got to pay the designer. There's all the people who approve the car. You know,
And I get that, but $2.5 million just on the main level. That and when they originally came out with that just got you the 1/18 scale. So now you get the 1/64 scale in there as well. I, I hate to say it, I don't think it's going to hit the mark. I mean,
hey,
it's cool, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think if it does get made, it's gonna make the OG Candy Striper even that more higher priced because if you have one, you got to have the other, and there's enough difference between the two to say they're two unique cars.
This is true, but if they make the 10,000, what are you going to do when there's only 4,000 of the other one? And I've seen a guy that posted a picture that he had 9 of the real candy strippers.
Yep, I saw that picture too.
So I mean, I have one, but he has 9. So even if everybody only had one, yeah, you don't have any. Sorry about that. Um, what do? I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to be left out in the cold. What's up, Adam? How you doing tonight? Miss
Yeah.
Deb, Reagan, what's going on?
Uh-oh, Adam's in here. Talk about rare pieces. That's the guy with rare pieces. Yeah,
Exactly.
I just like I said, that's why I feel like the OG is just gonna go if this car gets made.
And it
And,
very well possibly could.
and to a point where it almost becomes unattainable. And I'm really, really kicking myself now.
$400
Um,
wouldn't have been a bad price. Just saying.
yeah, well, I'm stupid and
No, you just
stupid things happen.
you learned a lesson. When
Yes.
you
One,
see it, you buy it.
yeah. How are you all doing, Adam? Everybody else out there in Facebook and YouTube land?
What's up, Nick? How you doing, brother?
Show in Lincoln, the one in Lincoln, Nebraska, Shane, that is going to be October the 8th, I believe, correct?
Correct.
Yes, October 8th at the Bingo Hall.
And Adam, you're not wrong. There is no way to know what's going to take off and what's going to just level out to nothing. As Adam says, got to buy what you like and roll with it. Whether that be 800 chords or or
Or every
800
single,
doozy you come across.
or every Auburn 852, because I saw he picked up one today from,
Yes,
or
I did.
yesterday from Jeff Drew or Chad Kirby, somebody.
Yeah,
If
it was Drew.
If there's one laying around, it's got Adam's name on it.
Yeah.
What scares me though is if this doesn't get made, are we going to lose the opportunity to have other things get made? I mean, the 118th cars that I've owned two, and they've both been Dodge Chargers. They've both been really well done, and I think maybe there's a niche market out there for the folks who like the 118th scale.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. I have quite a few different 118 scale cars. I've got everything from a Dodge pickup to Impalas, new school, old school. Um, I've got a Lightning. I've got a 118 scale Lightning McQueen. I mean, I have all sorts of stuff. So you just kind of, as Adam said, buy what you like and don't worry about the rest.
Yeah. Mr. Nick Artery, how are you tonight? You know, I just don't want to lose out on an opportunity to have something get built that's different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really hoping in the next 10 days or so. Well, it's a little bit more than that. It's like about 14 or so.
No, it's not. It is. I want to say it is 10 actually. Let's see here. What do we got left? Or am I wrong and you're right? 11 days.
11. So we're split the difference.
Yeah, it ends on October 10th. And as they readjusted the tiers, so at tier 1 you get the 118th scale and you get the 164th version. At 13,000 we get the plug-in exhaust flame and smoke stands, and at 16,000 you get the display plaintiff background scene and individual numbering. The individual numbering is, I think, what's gonna hurt. I really wish. I don't like the fact that they are. How do I put this nicely? I don't like the fact that they're not doing numbers anymore on a lot of things. I think that was a neat thing to be able to have, to know what the number of your vehicle was. Even if, or let me phrase that, you know what sticker you got. That's all it was. What you get to choose this. You get that sticker. But as we all know and love, the lower the number, or the,
certain numbers.
Yeah, I mean, say if it's a 1955 gasser, if you get number 1955, people will pay more for that number just because of what it is.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
I like the number aspect of it just because it kind of gives you get to know how many they made for one, and for two, you get to know which one you have. Like I know my Candy Striper's number. I'm the only. I know it, and if it ever pops up, I know that hey, that's mine. Or I have that number.
So let me pose this question to you and to everybody out there so that they can get their say. If Mattel decided or had decided to put everything together in one lump sum and not do the crowdfunding and just said, hey, we're building this, do you think it sells out? And if it does, how quickly does it sell out?
Well, it depends on how high the number is, and depending on the price. If it's still $250, it's going to be a struggle. We are collectors, but we collect 99 or technically $1.18 cars now. Not everybody has that $250 to instantly just go whoop, and buy a car. I know for some of my larger purchases, it's like I'm using, extra money, tax return, stuff like that to buy those big cars. I just don't go, oh, I got an extra $4,000 in my paycheck. No, I ain't that guy. So, I just think that it would have to do, yes, the cost is killing it. I think that is the number one thing because not everybody has $250 to throw out there just to hope that they make it for one. And then for two, why do the tiers? If you put everything out there, limit it to 6,000 or 16,000, just do it. Everything out there, there's 16,000 ever made. They'll sell a lot more than they currently probably are.
Okay.
How will cars are twice the cost they used to be, but now 250 is crazy for the new person. Yeah, and I agree. $250 is a lot. And I mean, you think about it, you could buy 200 main lines for that and probably make, you'd be much happier with 250 cars versus two.
Well, I think if you take that a step further and you look at just going to a show, right?
Yeah.
And you have $250 to spend, and I think that's kind of what you were driving at is, can I come home with 25 supers and be like, trying to explain that to your significant other, or come home with a bag of, or several, or a tote full of 250 cars at $1? I mean, it's the same principle, I think. So yeah, I could see why the price is hurting it. Well,
Yeah.
Antonio, how are you, sir? Good to see you tonight. Hopefully you come out to the show at the Bingo Hall in Lincoln.
But it's going to come down to a lot of people for basically they're going to be, no, do I really want to spend $250 on the two cars? And that's where a lot of people are going to struggle. That's where I'm struggling.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's coming up for sale in future auctions that I want to bid on. And I'd rather have that car in my collection than another Candy Striper.
Like
So
you need that car in your collection.
Which one? The auction win? Yes, I do. The other one, I don't. I mean, I have a Candy Striper. Would I like the 1/18th version of it and the additional 1/64th? Yes, I would like them. Will I? I don't know. It's going to depend on how things go at the time and, what kind of disposable cash I have in the next 11 days to figure out if I really, really, really need that car or not.
I'm kind of sitting in the same boat. I have some real life priorities that are needing to be taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Two of them are about $600 a piece, and we got to wait for football season to get over with. But it's a hard choice, and I don't envy people. You're not right or wrong either way, honestly, if you buy it or not. No, not at all. What say y'all out there in the Facebook and YouTube land about the Candy Striper, whether or not it's the right choice for you or not? While we're waiting for that, let's talk about something happy.
Okay.
Um,
Shouldn't have to
you
think
know,
that long about something happy.
next week, starting unofficially on Tuesday. Well, heck, there's probably people there already. Uh, the LA convention starts.
This is true.
Um, Mr. Spencer, how are you tonight?
What's up, Spencer?
Um,
Or Corey's in
I will say this: they are two completely different animals. Um, I had a really, really good time at the LA convention in 18, and I want to go again. And I'm thinking like next year is like when I want to go again. Um, of course, money and
Yeah,
time are always a factor in all of that.
time's easier than the money part of it.
Yeah,
At
time.
least it seems like it for me. It seems like, I can make the time, but in order to be able to afford everything from the souvenir cars, the tickets, the plane, the hotel, a little bit of walking around money, it does add up. And it's hard to do both conventions in one year. So, but I do agree. I would like to go back to LA. There's one major thing on my bucket list that I can only do in LA. So, and that is actually there's three technically, but they're all in California. There's the Peterson Automotive Museum. I'd love to get into Larry Wood's garage, and I'd like to go to Jay Leno's garage. So
we got that close.
that we did. Nationals have always been more enjoyable, but to me, both are better than going to work. A freaking men to that.
So
Adam is not wrong.
So what we were talking about is when we were out there in 18, it's you, me, the Baltimore guys, and Klein, and well, he's a Baltimore guy, let's be honest, and Barnes, well, he's a Baltimore guy too. Anyway, all of us guys, we got on a couple of Ubers, and if you ever want to hear Uber stories, we can tell you about those too.
If you've been around long enough, we've probably already heard it about 3 times. So
yeah. So we get there and we get to Mattel's headquarters and we go through the store and I flip a Ferrari off the loop and whatnot. And we just happen to be out in the parking lot and this SUV pulls up and it's the Mattel security guys. And they're walking like to see somebody important in. I can't remember who. And they're like, we're just chit chatting. We're like, oh yeah, I'll see if we can get you into Larry's garage. We're like, what? It was fun. It was good to be there. And then the IT guy, the head of the IT guy department showed up and he just put his head down when we told him we collect Hot Wheels and he goes, oh yeah, I know about all the problems. So
yeah.
Saving up for Atlanta, good. We hope to see you there. We hope to see as many people as we can out there. Well, it's always fun. The good thing about the differences between LA and Nationals is that LA seemed like it was a business trip, It was all about the deal. And I would also say that prices weren't outlandish like they are now. You could score things for $10 because I think you got 2 LA cop cars like for $10 each, didn't you?
5.
You got 5.
Yeah, 5. No. I paid $5 a piece for them.
Oh.
and I also paid $5 a piece for my. No, I think I paid $2 a piece for the Mexican limousines that I acquired. So I have 2 of those. That's what I always hear about LA. Yeah. There's a lot of fun things to do in LA. Yeah, you're really close to everything. I mean, when we went to the Santa Monica Pier, we went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I know Roy and family went up to the Hollywood sign. I know people went to the Peterson Museum. That was, I think, after we had left. But there's always tons of stuff to do there, so it's a neat trip just to go, And then you could say, hey, I've been to California, I've been to LA, yeah, it's cool, whatever, if you want to do that or not. There always seems to be deals to be had. Just got to keep your eyes open and keep hitting rooms. Exactly, 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 exactly. There is no just. One of the great things about when we go to the conventions is we don't sell. So we spend pretty much, you wake up, get in the shower, grab breakfast, and start. If you've got, if you have an autograph session, or if there is a seminar, or what's the word I want to, a presentation you want to see, you make sure you know when those times are, so you don't miss that kind of stuff. But if you don't have anything else going on, and everybody's not, nobody's going out to special lunches or breakfasts, or going out to a diner and diners, drive-ins and dives kind of place, and getting some crazy food, you pretty much are walking the halls, checking out rooms. You end up going to the same rooms 15 times. But as like a toy show, as more things sell, more things come out. So you always constantly keep getting new supply of things to look at and possibly buy. So
Yeah, that's the other thing is like if you really want to know what's going on in the community or the hobby as a general, the smoke place is the is where you want to be, because you can be sitting down with just about anybody at any point, and you can hear something or hear a story or learn about a casting or something like that, or make deals, right
buying
out
red,
there.
buying red lines right off the tables, or buying convention pieces. There was a guy that when we were in Columbus, that he was unfortunately in the Overflow Hotel. Well, unfortunately, not a lot of people were making the trip to the Overflow Hotel in Columbus because it was a pain to get to. And so one guy had basically brought himself a box and set up a whole bunch of stuff on outside, and you know he was selling cars as people were walking in and out. So
Yeah, that kind of does sound like your house, except we get to do it through video there, Joe. I
yeah,
mean,
literally,
that's yeah. Or the kitchen table. We might get interrupted by one of the friendly kitty cats.
of course. Yeah, they have the fuzz balls
Um,
around.
that. I mean, I can remember the last time this in Columbus, and we were sitting up in one room, and there was 4 or 5 of us in there, and that lasted until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Several times.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, I'm just trying to find things I'm going to rip open here.
oh yeah.
I'm up to 4.
I got a table.
Well, I got a whole box of stuff over here, but I mainly have 4. So
All right. For those that don't know, Barb should be on the road tonight, and Deb is in the room watching, or at least she was at
yeah,
some point. What I look forward to the most about going to convention is that, yeah, I don't know what Evan's talking about. I don't know. The thing I look forward to the most is just seeing old friends again and making
yeah.
new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He can't.
I can't.
He can't, Adam. He doesn't have one.
He knows this.
It's all right. It's all good. I was trying to, and I still have that. I still have a car for Adam. Maybe in the next Norfolk trip, I'll bring it with me.
That's a good one. You get points for that. So the thing is I can't. There's nothing I can come back with that though, because I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't even beat the mass quantity of Cords, Auburns, or Duesenbergs with one car I have. Yeah, I mean that right here, right in the fields. Wow.
All right. Well, while he's collecting himself, I'm going to open a main line. We started off with the '89 Mercedes 560 S EC-AMG in silver because I just want to open this car. So here. I like how they molded the sunroof. I like the wide body. It's a good looking ride. Can't wait till they use this as a super. Oh wait, that's next year.
Well, somebody said that somebody put on, I think it was Hot Wheels Nation. Yeah, the list is the first 4 or 5 supers are horrible. There's not enough Camaros or something like that. And I'm just going, oh yeah, not gonna engage. Not
Nope.
gonna engage.
In my here's my take on the Super Treasure Hunt theme. There's always, it seems like they always try to go for something different, especially with a lot of the new castings that are coming out lately, and with the chase pieces, the black ones or the well, mainly just the black chases and the regular supers in general. There's some great stuff out there, but I think they're trying to make everyone enjoy them, not just the Camaro people. And I say that because Camaro people can get a little rough sometimes, and they basically say if it's not a Camaro, it ain't worth it. And I'm sorry, but there is a Camaro, and there's a 2018 SS Camaro. It's the B mix for the Super this year. So they got their Camaro, but yet they're still not happy.
Well, they'd want 18 Camaros.
Thank God we don't do that, because they wouldn't do very well. I mean, if you think about the 13 or the 23s, we got a tuned Batmobile, which happy the Batmobile people. Anybody Batman, they get their Batmobile. The Benz, the 300 SL, I was happy. I've got one. I'm happy. There was the Copo Camaro, so there's the Camaro guys. But then they threw in, the Lotus, the Mazda Cosmo, the Renault, and then they did the Gas Monkey Corvette. So then your Corvette people are happy. But then they threw in some, fantasy castings, the Glory Chaser and the Mighty K. But then they went and blew the roof off with the Datsun Bluebird Wagon 510, the Porsche 935, the Mercury Comet, the Shelby 69 GT 500, the 82 Supra. I mean, there's some pretty heavy hitters for 2023, including the Volvo 240 Drift Wagon.
Yeah.
But if you go back, I'm just going to pick a random year here. We'll go to 2011.
Yeah.
It was a good year, 57 Chevys, Torpedoes, Impalas, 62 Chevys. But then there was random ones like the Studebaker Avanti and the T-Bird. And, there's the 64 GTO and the 68 Olds. I mean, there's always been great cars, including the Datsun 240Z. And the 59 Delivery, which is kind of really close to a lot of different cool wagons out there. I mean, no matter what you think, there's always been a good Super. So, geez, how many Supers? I mean, if we're talking, as Kent said, there's 15. But if we're talking how many they made,
yeah, who knows?
No clue, but I guarantee you it's a lot.
I can tell you what it was in 1995 and 1996, but after that, I don't have a clue.
I want to say 97 was 20. They went from 10 to 15 to 20. And then after that, they never told us. So it probably went from 20 to 50. And then as popularity increased, it probably went to 75 to 100,000 Supers. And yet there's people that are like, oh, these things are super rare. Okay, yeah, they are, but they're not.
No, it's 15 now is what's done in a year.
Never seen a Chevette. No, you do not see a Chevette, which might be changing with that new Pro Street Chevette that they just did. So
it made it as a Target Red so far, Shane.
And I actually have that Target Red. I just don't have it in my possession yet. I have all 3 of the latest Target Reds. I just don't have them in my possession yet.
I don't. I need them too. I don't have them.
You might have one or two. I gotta check with the quantities.
Word.
But I'd like to see. I'd like to see another Volkswagen Bug be a treasure hunt, a super that is. Um, I
I had
don't
to
necessarily.
rearrange the room.
I mean, I don't know how many times they've done Skylines.
Not enough.
Yeah, see, not enough. I'd like to see, you know, there. I'd like to see some more kind of off stuff. You know, I'd like to see like the Ford, not the Ford, but the Forerunner. I think the Forerunner make a really good super. I mean, obviously any Mercedes, but I'm biased to that. There you go. Cool classics. That's a good one. Metal body, metal base, got those cool classic
Chevette.
wheels on it. It's good stuff.
I mean, I'd like to see the Chevy Citation come back. I mean, let's be
Mm,
honest.
I don't foresee that one happening because
I mean,
A, I don't think a lot of people know what it is.
it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see the 200SX come back. Um, you know, they've done the Rampage. It's made its way back. The Cadillac's made its way back. And the Cadillac's been very popular, you
Hmm.
know, as the mainline, as the red edition, and even the NFT. So, you know, I like these older castings that people have been thrown out. When was the last time the 83 Silverado was a super? I think it's only been done once. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been done. Um,
Yeah. It's only
I
been
think
done the one time.
it's been done in other specialty runs. It's been convention car a couple of times, either in lifted or non-lifted form. In fact,
Hmm.
I can see at least one that I have anyway. I have one,
Well, there was
two.
Texas and there was Cali recently. There's
Yeah,
the silver and blue Silverado from Cali, and then there's the tan and maroon one that was done for Texas, and then they did um,
Atlanta lifted,
the lifted one for Atlanta. They did the pink one
lifted.
for the Legends Tour.
Yep, they had the lifted one for Indianapolis as well. Um, yes, Shane, the Citation was a sweet Blackwell, and it's a sweet Leo as well. You know,
Hmm. And there's a lot
I,
of them.
I yeah, you never know what's gonna turn up, do you?
No, no, you don't.
Somebody's mind got blown this week.
Yeah, I found out that I'm missing a freaking Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a four, no, like
Fifth,
sixth
or
Leo.
sixth.
Six, because there's the black one, the three main ones, the Halvoline. So yeah, there's six Leos now, and I was only aware of five until earlier this week, and then I found out there was six. So
Gotta
is
love
what
it.
it is. What it is.
I mean, you know, that's the great thing is there's so many different little variations and things that you can look up. But I did have a question that was sent in to me, and I had put it up here. Um, you know, right now our store, at least our Walmart, just got infused with a bunch of stuff. Um, bunch of this, bunch of this, and not just like one or two cases, more like 3 or 4 cases of it. And we had been completely dry. So I don't know if this is our Christmas stock that's getting out, but I saw a picture that Joe Benda had shared. He had found um, the Target Skyline hauler, but you could see in the background that his pegs were bare, and so I was just kind of getting everybody's feeling and opinion on what's going on out there because is this something like in the Midwest thing where we're finally catching up to everybody else? And now we're going to get stuck with this stuff forever? Or is this, you know, everybody else trying to get, you know, or is everybody else going to be seeing this too? So I don't know. What's your guys' take on that? Nathan, how are you? Thanks for
Guards
popping.
just got shippers recently.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually found a couple of cars I didn't have there. But the only process, the only problem is those are all international cases, so there is zero on the Superfront. So it doesn't matter if you're first on those. I mean, sure, you can get as many BMW treasure hunt motorcycles as you want, but nobody wants those. In fact, I left 4 of them at the one in town. So
The good thing about Baumgars is I think they're still under $1 for price.
no,
Did they go
$1.99.
Wow, just like
Yeah.
Hy-Vee then. Wow.
I'm waiting for the new drag set. I'm trying to think of the new drag set is.
Oh, I think they're doing another.
Are they doing another Drag Strip Demon set?
I think maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm not ringing a bell on that one.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird, you know. Every once in a while, it's like it's hit or miss. It's either we get something, and then sorry,
I was just say, what are you doing over there?
we do this.
And Walmart has always been behind. They're shorthanded for stockers. Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, you got people that aren't 100%. You know, not everybody seems like they're ready to go back to work yet, which is kind of sad. It's like,
That's an old
which one?
with the Willys truck. I think I know. Which
Oh.
one he's talking
Okay,
about.
yeah, I know which one he's talking about too. That was the Drag Strip Demons for this year for the car culture, because it had the Coronet, the Drag Beetle, the Willys, the 33 Willys, the Duster, and the Nova Gasser. And
Yeah.
in fact, I think, yeah, I got the Nova Gasser. You can't see it, but it's on top of the shelf. Right, it's right there. There, just a random rip. Random rips are fun. I mean, here's a Matchbox moving pieces, the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, because I wanted to play with the sliding door. So I bought this to strictly be able to mess with the sliding door. And I think it's kind of neat that they made a sliding door Hot Wheel, or in this case, Matchbox. Let's see here. It's kind of a neat little truck. It's just a big Sprinter van. But now, how does this thing open? Oh, okay, it pops. Wow, it's so cool. And it's got a big open door. And it slides shut.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I had seen this one on a preview somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. They'd have really made, and it's got which looks to be a small apartment on the inside. It's got a chair, and which to be a sink and a stove, but apparently you are sleeping on the floor because there's no beds. So
I've slept in worse places.
it's true, but it's big. That's what I like about it. It's a heavy car, and then it's got a plastic base on it too. So I'm not really sure where all the weight is on this one. Probably in the mechanisms to make this thing slide open and close. But it's a neat little casting. Good place to hide a duck.
There's always good places to hide ducks. So, we've got some things coming up show-wise. There's 3 shows in the next weekend, and between next weekend and the weekend after that. Obviously, I think the 7th is the pop-up in Ankeny for the Des Moines folks. If you've never been to one of those, I would suggest going to. It's a nice little venue. It's a good time. They have different mix than what you see at the normal crew at a Des Moines show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit more intimate than the big show. So if you get a chance to go do that, check it out. If you want more details, go to the All Iowa Hot Wheels Club page and check it out, or contact Joe Meek and he can get you some information.
Joe's a good guy.
Then Sunday is, I think, the last Lincoln show for the year, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. And beer. I like beer. Yeah, that would be October 8th.
Yes, and we are talking about
Lincoln,
the
Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska show, because I guess there has been some confusion as to what location is, not to be confused with Lincoln's Toy Show, which is in the Chicago area. Brad's going to have a good show. It's going to be sellout. There's going to be a few folks coming up from Kansas with that. Again, there might be a couple of folks coming from the South Dakota, Iowa area. It's just a good chance to hang out with everybody again. We'll be there, of course.
And Lincoln, Nebraska is not that far for you folks that are in the Omaha area. I know for a simple fact that there is still some people that live in Omaha that like, I'm not going that way. It's too far of a drive. No, it's really, really not. I mean, you're there in 45 minutes. I know people that have spent 12 hours working a brisket, but yet driving for half hour, they're like, oh, this is too long. It's like, it's really not that long. Just jump in a car, put on some good tunes, and just hit the gas, and you're there in no time flat. So.
And in Brent speed, it's more like 35 minutes.
Yeah, Brent's going to be slowing down for a while.
Oh.
I've what's the word I want to say here? I have gotten my gracious warnings for the year, and I think I'm gonna slow down for a little while. So I'm not trying to end up with a ticket before the end of the year. So
no, nobody needs that. No. But yeah, I mean, come hang out, carpool. I mean, I know we say it all the time, but save yourselves. Split the costs on the gas, split the costs on the food. There's hot dogs and hot dogs for sure, and popcorn and little nacho snacks. There's a little bit of food there, but just come hang out, meet some friends, go hang out with us. There's a good mix. Brad will have Red Lions. I know that for a fact. If the guys from Fairbury are there, they'll have some black balls as well. That they'll be there. We'll have a good mix of everything. We are your discount dealer, so to speak. Fred and Kelly will be there.
There's going to be some good stuff this time around. So,
you never know what will turn up. That's the other great thing I love about all the shows is that, there's from time to time, there's pieces that show up and you're like, yeah. I mean, that's where I picked up my Canadian carded 200 SX. Where is that bad boy at?
So that's where I have gotten quite a few really cool pieces. A lot of treasure hunts, a lot of supers, a lot of RLC stuff, a lot of stuff that I have ripped in the past came from those shows. When we were doing really heavy into the Super Sunday deal, which we're talking about bringing that back and possibly even getting back into the super races like we did a few years ago if you weren't around for those. And I believe Justin Patrick was the winner on that one. So he was definitely the winner on that one. And I won't tell you what he used because that's what I'm using. Nah, just kidding. Oh, yeah, look at there. That's a good one.
Yep. I saw somebody paired both of them up here today. I saw a post on that as well. I mean, you never know. I mean, I picked this up at a show too. I know it's on the low end of Leos by all stretch of the imagination, but it's still a Leo. And you don't see these very often when they show up. And if you do, you're paying at least 3 figures for them now, it seems like.
And that one on that card is special. That car on a blue card, not so special. It's still a Leo, yes, but is it on the Leo packaging? That's where it becomes a no, but you have to be able to prove that it's one or the other. So in that, I can see it being an issue. But since I don't know, I'm trying to think here. I don't know which one I want to do first. I don't know if I want to do the left one or the right one first.
Well, while you're playing around here, I'm going to rip a Porsche.
All right.
Love that 2000.
That glue was a little on the weak side.
That's 2012 air.
All right.
I love this car.
I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save the left one for last. So we're going to do the right one first. But we're going to do the 94 AMG Mercedes C-Class, the DTM Touring.
Oh, good thing I didn't pull that one.
Man, get a ball. I hate to do this one because I love the card art, but I would. I mean, I have another one, so I'm not really worried about it. But for me, it's just oh, that's super cool.
Julian and Matt, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a sweet. I love the deco. They really. The only thing I don't like about this is that plastic wing on the back. Not a fan
Actually,
of. I'm not a fan.
I like the plastic wing a little bit better than the metal wings because it seems like they fit and feel right better on the cars than they do with the metal wings
But I do like
because
the new wheels.
they sit closer. Yeah, go there. You go. Yeah, those are actually I think an older. They've had wheels similar to that. Mr. Tim, how are you? Tim Whitmer in the house.
Ooh, do we got any Mustangs? Hold on, let's check the box. No. No. Got a Capri.
While Brent's making all this racket,
Sierras. No
we
Mustangs.
we do have our own show coming up October 15th in Elmwood. This will be the last show we do for the year in Elmwood. We will be doing the Christmas show in Norfolk this year. We're going to do 60 tables. I know Q is going to be back. He does have the stage again. Russell White is coming down from South Dakota. All of us local Yahoos were going to be there as well for the show itself. We're going to set up. We got to set up tables first. So I want to make sure I'm explaining this right to everybody. We have to set up the tables first, which I think we're going to start at 12 with that. And we could use some help. We could use a few more people to help us out get that set up.
That's going to be on the 7th, right?
No, we're talking.
Oh, the 15th. Okay, never mind. I know it. Okay, we're good. Never mind.
Our show is the 15th. We're going to set up the day before the 14th at 12 o'clock. We got to get the 60 tables out. And then after that, if you want to set your stuff up, once that's all in place, go for it. We got to get the name tags out. We've got to get the name plates, got to get the signage up. We got to make it not look like a roller rink anymore. But let's come hang out and do that. You never know what may happen. We might order some food. We might watch. I don't know I think that's a road game too. Or an off. No, it's an off week. It's an off week.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yep. It's a bye week.
And it's a bye week. It's again, we're going to have the 50-50 raffle like we always do. Last time the winner got $100, so that was pretty cool. Free entry as always. Kids get a free car. We'll have the track set up. We'll have our track set up for that again. We'll have a giveaway for the vendors and for the people. I think we're just going to do one of each this time. That way, we want to try to do something nice, but we don't want to go over the top and just make it so hard for everybody or for us to kind of keep upping it, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a wireless mic this time, so now we can walk around and not have to worry about holding the mic together. So we want to thank Troy and Becky for getting that.
Nice. I'm excited about that. And
yeah,
there's a lot of things that are coming up soon. The Halloween car is almost done. I'm unfortunately, I'm sad to say it will not be ready for the Halloween show due to scheduling conflicts, but they will be going on sale in the month of October. So just get ready. We are getting really close to putting out preview pics. We've got a few more things to work on. The card art is being handled. It's going to be another killer car. So get ready. There will only be 30, as I think there was 25 last year. So we upped it by 5. And yes, there will be 5 chases. So technically, we are going to be selling 35 this year. We did 30 last year, so 35 this year. and we're already working on next year. So stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff coming down the line. It's going to be a good time. So just hang in there and bear with us. And as always, if anyone has any ideas that they want us to do, see, you want to see different style racing, you want to do themed races, you want to see raffles, giveaways, you have an idea for a show,
If
you
you
have an
want to
idea
be a guest,
if you want to be a guest on this show, you want to, if you have anything that you want us to do, feel free, send us a message. And that means any of the admin crew, send a message. We are available, and we will pretty much talk with anybody. I don't think there's really anybody we won't talk to. More red lines. See, there's a comment, and I like this, Adam. And I know a guy that we could probably bring on and make him talk about red lines for an hour, because he's the guy that where we both leave the camera. That's fun. I was given this in Columbus last year. This was a giveaway to me. This was a Roke. And it's on my wall on display. I love it and everything about it. It's super pretty. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a fun car.
retop engine.
Who said, oh, I remember that? It's got to be, oh, Nick. Yeah, exactly. There's a story behind this car.
There's a story with this one too.
Yeah, because that one, I believe, is the smoke pit.
Yeah, that's the smoke pit.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to buy this above a big old thing of rocks.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the smoke pit Charger, and this is the night race open fire. Or no. Yeah, it was right, open fire. This is the night race open fire.
And then I got this bad boy.
Yeah. It's a little rough for the Kentworthy collection. What's the story behind that one?
Well, Tim told me this is a pretty rare Mustang. And Tim would know.
Yes, he would.
It's a red line. It's been loved. It's got, I believe, Hong Kong glass on it. Yep, it is a Hong Kong car. But this was given to me, and I appreciate it very much. So, yeah. But again, I'm happy with this, because I don't think I would be able to afford this normally, or even know what it is. So
same with this car. I freaking love this thing. It's just a sweet car, and it will live in my collection until the day that I decide to either sell it or give it. I might give it away to somebody in the future. You never know. I might be able to spread that love and just keep it moving in honor of the person that gave it to me. And it was whooping at the races. So I got to rip another car.
Yeah, you do.
We're going to go with the Mercedes 500E this time. So if anybody's been keeping track, there's been kind of a Mercedes theme tonight. I've been stocking up, and I hadn't opened any of my new ones. So this one is probably my favorite one that they've done in a long time. I really like this one. It's just an overall very, very pretty car.
Well, I got two more for tonight.
All right.
One I'm going to save. Our very own Justin Patrick, he loves collecting passions, and this is one that he had that I did not, but somehow we managed to inherit one in a collection. So, Justin, this is for you, and Free It Friday, as he likes to call it, or Freedom Friday.
What's up, Brian? How you doing?
Yeah, we don't need that. So I think I've got this, the ruby red, and there we go.
The glue was better in the 80s, man.
Yeah, everything was better in the 80s.
Not everything.
Well, most everything.
That's true.
But there you go. There's the mean green machine. And you got anything else, or do we want to finish it off with?
I kind of want to rip one more. All right.
You got a box full.
I know. I'm going to rip this one because I kind of want to see it out of its prison. And we're going to go with the 89 Porsche
That
Turbo
card's
944.
nice.
I've been wanting to open this one since I've seen it. So, and I heard that there's a lot of people have been getting shipping notices. I know that the oh wow, yeah. See, that's just pretty.
I
That
think
blue is gorgeous.
Nathan said he got his shipping notice for his Ryu.
Yes,
Um,
the Ryu NSX is rolling. The
Now, if I can just get my DeLorean,
This is true. I wouldn't mind getting mine too. But you
even the
figure,
two that I'm
yeah,
getting.
yeah. But yeah, there's the DeLoreans, there's the NSXs, there is the collab GNX that just came out. There's the new Charger that's shipping. I've seen a lot of people that are getting their Chargers are shipping already. So I'm excited. There's a lot of cool stuff that's getting ready to hit, and I'm ready for it, and I can't wait to see what the mailbox brings in the next couple of days. So
Well, it won't be bringing a charger to me.
why did you not get one?
No, we got busy that day, and I couldn't get to my phone to.
I got you, because I have 3 of them, so you're good. I'll get you. I'll get you. You're good.
Well, we got some trading to do, I think. So, amongst that.
Or I'll just keep paying down the debt. One of the two.
Yeah. So I scored this from Mr. Bates, I believe, and I saw this thing and I'm like, yeah, I gotta have this. This is second gen body. It's the GTS. This car came out in '96, I think, the first time. This is what I wanted for my 20th birthday. Obviously, I don't have one, but I do have a black Dakota, so I think I'm winning. But here it is. This is from the Viper Club of America. There's the back if you haven't ever seen one of these cars.
Turn it over. Turn it over. Turn it over. No. Spin it. To put the card upside down, show the back of the card. The back of the card. It's Daffy Duck.
No.
Seriously, have you never actually looked at that? The Viper
You're
logo
so
upside.
wrong.
No, look at the front. Look at the front one that's looking at you in the face. The red one that's on the front of the card. Tell me that doesn't look like a Daffy Duck.
No, looks like an upside down Viper to me.
It's Daffy Duck. Come on.
All right. So here's the last car for the night. Viper Club of America, Viper GTS. I think this is 1980. Wow, this is on there good.
6 weeks later.
Hey, that's better than what you've done before.
I don't know. I normally don't struggle with the cards like you do. I ripped 5 cards tonight in the less time it took you to open that one. So
Well, this thing has got good 1990s air quality in it. There we go. There's a better look for it.
look at that, Daffy on the door.
Gold hub, Goodyear's detailing there. Pretty
Look at
nice.
that. There you go.
Hood open.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
this-
that. All right. So that one's modeled after the 100%er one.
Yes, this
Nice.
is the second gen.
I was
Viper.
unaware of that. I'm taking lessons from Evan. Dang. Wimpy.
hefty. But this is a really, really nice casting. I wish it was being made again. And heck, this comes up with single casting, and if you have a small enough Phillips, you can take this apart.
I do. I know
Yeah,
I have a small enough Phillips to do that.
That is a beautiful car.
Plastic is thicker. The glue is better on the Dodge Packaging to contain all that horsepower. Oh, good Lord!
That's right.
I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get the muck boots on if I'm gonna keep dealing with this. Woo! It's getting deep.
He is 100% correct there, Brent. Adam is never wrong when he talks about the Dodge.
Yeah. No.
No.
I actually I really actually am a big fan of Adam's main daily driver, his Magnum wagon. I actually really do enjoy that car. I think it's a really cool car. I wish they
Yeah,
wouldn't have discontinued it. So,
it's ahead of its time.
oh yeah,
All right, folks. Well, we've hit that hour mark. Just remember, have some fun out there. Enjoy each other's company and time. Go hit a local show. We got Ankeny next Saturday, Lincoln on Sunday, us the following Sunday. We could use some help setting things up. We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in and taking the time out of your day to come hang out with us. If you didn't watch the show live, we are on replay both here and over on the tube of you.
like, follow, and subscribe. We're at 50.
Yeah,
I'd like to see 60 by the end of the year. Come on, there's 8 of you in here. Go to the YouTube page and go ahead and subscribe that thing. Let's see if we can get it over. I'd like to see it.
but thanks, y'all.
Have a good
fun
night.
out in LA for those that are going. I know Brian and Rainey are going. This is her first convention, so she's going to be completely overwhelmed.
So have a
And
blast.
have a good time, guys. We'll see you either out in the pegs or out in the show or back here. Have a good night, everybody.